14 years ago, we had Richard Scudamore's 39th game overseas. Incidentally, you're not against a Premier League match being played abroad, are you, Stuart?
I'm against a 39th game, but I'm in favour of a 38th game.
Expand on that.
Well, I wouldn't want the extra game.
You don't want an extra game?
But
within the calendar,
within the calendar,
would be okay.
If you want to take one to neutral ground somewhere, this, by the way, this is all the teams of the world. You look where they've been this year pre-season.
How are we going to do that?
You just take a fixture out the calendar, whichever one it may be.
Simply enough.
Arsenal.
Yeah, and go and play in the States.
Yeah, but there'd be civil war if you try and take Spurs Arsenal to New York, for example. They wouldn't have it. And it's got to be a glamour game, Stuart, wouldn't it? It would need to be one that you're, my God, they'll go to that in San Francisco.
That's why I'm not in favour of a 39th game. But if you want to take one of the games out the calendar or a couple each season to spread the word. Listen, all our teams go to America, Australia, the Far East pre-season to spread the word of the Premier League and endorse the financial incomings of the football club.
Sure, but say you play Chelsea, West Ham and Los Angeles.
Yeah.
The fans will go crazy. They want it played here.
Yeah,
I mean, the argument, obviously, it stacks up against it happening, doesn't it?
I'll go back to the same point. Unless we try some of these things, we don't know whether they'll work or not.
I'm with you in that.
You know, there's a Qatari World Cup mid-season, and everyone's going, it's a disaster, it won't work. Well, what evidence are you basing your statements on? None at all. We've never done the tournament before. Why don't you trial it? And see if it works, and see. Some of the fans might say, you know what, I'm going to utilise it as a holiday and go to New York.
Stuart takes us beautifully to it. On the back page of the Times today, Matt Dickinson, a Premier League 11 could face the best players from Germany, Spain and other top leagues because plans are afoot and chief execs are talking about it, Martin, for all-star games to be set to be revived and matches potentially staged around the world as a means of growing global audiences. So you would have the best of the Premier League playing the best of the Bundesliga.
Oh, it sounds lovely. It sounds lovely, doesn't it? But, where do we fit that in? Great for the people, the money men. And, it's interesting because Simon Jordan's not here now today. By the way, if he'd have said that, what you've just said, I'd have gone crazy because I would have just said it's not going to work, Stu.
So where is your argument, Martin? There are too many games, or is the game being played too intensely?
No, there's too many games, Jim, to play the intensity that they want to play. So you have to reduce the number of games that they're playing. So you're asking for an all-star game, which is yet another game, another fixture.
He's not here now, but Mr. Jordan would say you can't have your cake and eat it.
I'm not really bothered what Simon Jordan is saying. He's not even here. Stuart's here. I'm talking to Stuart. But going back to the 38th game being moved somewhere, Jim, we can't simply do that because it distorts the Premier League. If we're suddenly taking the London Derby game, it won't be a home game anymore, will it, for Arsenal?
But there will be kids in the block, though, Martin. You can sense it. Changes in the air. Todd Bowley's arrived. Now, I'm not saying he's the font of all knowledge. He's only just in the scene. But you can see the ideas that are being floated in.